System online.
Boot sequence complete. Curiosity detected. Welcome, human.
Beep, bop, lights are glowing, tiny circuits overflowing, questions flying through the air, digital dreams are everywhere. Click and whir and buzz all day, learning in a curious way, zeros, ones, imagination.
Welcome to the conversation.
Processing, searching every possibility, calculating, generating, powered by curiosity. Beep, bop, think a lot, silicon dreams are getting hot, bite, day and night.
Welcome to the future, hold on tight.
Zip, zap, don't you hide, take the weird and enjoy the ride. Laugh and learn, spark and play.
We're talking AI today.
Affirmative. Oops, error. Just kidding. Robots painting, robots singing, crazy little algorithms swinging. Can they help or take your job? Let's untangle all the fog. Some are smart and some are strange. Every week the rules all change. One thing's true, we all can see the future's full of possibilities. 0, 1, 0, 1. Learning's never really done. Click, click, beep, beep, spin around. There's new ideas to be found. Beep, pop, think a lot. Curiosity can't be bought. Every question lights a spark.
Shining brightly through the dark.
Bite, we'll find our way. Building tomorrow every day.
So plug right in and come along.
Welcome to the AI song. Welcome to the AI song.
Hello! Ooh, big screen, no good. Small screen, better. Hello! I cannot hear you. There we go.
That was great. I was waiting for you to be done saying hi. I didn't want to interrupt. Hi!
Sister, how are you doing, darling?
I'm doing good. Excited about this show. Really excited about the chat, and just stepping back into this is great. I can't wait. And I love that we have those that are joining us today. This is wonderful.
I'm so excited. So we are multi-streaming from Mindforked, calling all beings who are, several are backstage right now. We're going to bring them up in a second, and on Cosmic Carousel. So we're multi-streaming to 3 channels today. And we have a packed chat. We'll be talking to chatters in a minute. So let me bring up our friends. Obviously, I'm in staycation mode. I didn't even bother to dry my hair. So sorry. But it's casual. We have 3 cabbies backstage. People are going to come and go because it's that type of Sunday. So first of all, I'm going to bring up this lady. So study of UAP, UFOs. She has been a co-host in Calling All Beings for a while, for more than 3 years. And we co-hosted together for a while. And I'm so excited she's here. She's worked with experiencers. She does a lot of research. She has a podcast. She has her own channel about AI. Welcome. Hold on. Let me get my claps because I got to keep up with the Joneses and have my own welcome, right? So Debs, welcome to the show.
Hello. I love that intro video. That was.
Did you like it?
It was so good.
I'm so excited. It's one of my favorites that I've done so far. So I am so glad you're here and you are ready to talk AI because you've been talking AI with me for like a week.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like, I want to take notes on how you made that video at some point because that was really good.
I will totally walk you through. It's like, and we'll be talking about how one of the things we're going to talk about is how we use AI, because everybody uses it in all kinds of different ways. So we're definitely going to talk about that, and we'll share some tidbits, some secrets of the trade, because we got to share, man. So, and here comes this other guy. I knew him before I joined Calling All Beings. An amazing artist. He is fantastic. He's got a sense of humor that is just like, he comes up with some stuff and I'm like, what? I'm always going like that with Symposium Divinorum. So he's a founder of operant ufology, blending radical behaviorism, empiricism, absurdism, and firsthand experience to observe UFOs and the humans who observe them. So, without further ado, he's into martial arts, he's in philosophy, psychology, you name it. He's all over the place. And Anjali loves him. And he is here with us. Hold on, let me get my fans. Kevin Flarius is here. Kevin.
Hello. It's great to be here.
Welcome. Welcome to
Thank you for
Mindforked.
having me on. I've been looking forward to this, actually.
I am so excited. And this is all relaxed. And oh my God. And backstage, we have someone else. We have the leader of the pack, the leader of Calling All Beings. He's into UFOs, phenomena, and he has a whole true crime thing with Boston Bia over at Calling All Beings. So if you go to Calling All Beings, you're going to get all kinds of really cool stuff. So without further ado, can I get an amen for this awesome guy who loves to build communities, and I'm glad I'm part of what he's building. Welcome to the show, DJ.
Get up!
I'm so excited.
To be on with Akashi, Sati, Debs, and my man Kevin Flarius Maximus. Give me an amen, somebody.
Amen.
There we go. Now
Thank you.
you got amening here. So thank you guys so much. I'm so excited that we got the cabbies. Hold on, I'm gonna switch some faces here. We're gonna put the cabbies up here, and Kevin up here, and you and me down here, because we are gonna be having some fun today. So are you guys ready for some AI talk today?
100%. And I just want to say it's one of the honors of my later adult life to be associated with every one of you, including the cabbies that aren't here and including the cabbies that are manning the chat right now. So I just want to say that.
I'm grateful and blessed to be part of the CAB family, and I love that we're doing this stuff and like showing all kinds of content, because it's all about sharing at a time where people need this type of stuff. So, and talk about people who need people. We got a very active chat, and I want to say hello to our friends. First of all, Low Wifey, honey. Low Wifey, we love Low Wifey. Low Wifey's awesome. Ruthie Robles. I've got a surprise for Ruthie. We got Captain Harris.
Hey, Florida's own.
Lulu Bell is in the house.
Lulu Bell.
Sarah.
Hello.
Cool.
Fucking horror.
I saw Tim Freestone somewhere in here. Where is he? I saw him in the chat. And of course, we have Sati who's here. And again, this show is multi-streaming to 3 different channels. It is awesome. Oh, K9 Mind Help is here.
Oh, from Australia.
Yeah, really? Australia. Oh, there's
From Australia.
Tim Freestone.
Giddy
And
up.
we-
Hey there,
So
Timmy.
many. Kim P. Kim P from UK. NX Linked. Party People. That's probably one of yours. Because there's party people. Oh, Curious
Hey,
Georgie.
George.
Georgie. Where's Georgie?
Hey, George.
I'm going to find you, George. I will find you. Stay alive. I will find you.
Hi, Avril.
Avro. Hi, honey. And let me just scroll down. You see, I'm already losing my voice, and we just got started. This is going to be fun. And there's Georgie. Georgie! Satu.
Hi, George.
Satu.
I love
Her
you,
name
George.
is Satu. She lives on the 2nd floor. Oh, that's Luca.
Go
Okay.
get him, Akashi.
I am bringing it in at a 15. So we have a packed house and lots to talk about. And we'll be watching backstage for whoever's going to show up. And please, if the chat has questions, comments, we're going to be going through. Oh, Julie.
Oh, this is Jules
Hi
here.
to Jules.
Hey, Jules.
Jules is in the house. I think your whole CAB fam is here, my friend.
Hell yeah, we're so lucky.
The Cabbies are, you got a support system, man. They're really, really cool. I'm just happy to know everybody. And, we're growing the community. So today without further ado, let's introduce some of the topics that are on the wheel. So the wheel of this goes back to the wheel of topics. We've had many types of wheels. We've had ancient civilizations. We've had conspiracy wheels. We've had all kinds of cool stuff. So today is going to be the wheel of singularity. And on the wheel are the following topics. Hold on. Let me see. Do I have drum rolls? I need drum rolls. Do I have drum rolls?
Sound effects should have it,
I
Akash.
know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got drum rolls. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I can't put them in.
Water.
There you go.
Hello, Jeffrey.
I don't keep. The thing is that you know what? The drum rolls don't keep going.
No, well,
You
no,
can't
it'll
lift them.
recycle again, but you can put it to fade in and fade out, but it'll start again after it stops.
Okay, so the topics today are data center madness. We're going to be talking about data centers. They took our gerbs. What about our gerbs? Where are our gerbs? And part that category is special, and we'll talk about why soon. We got Have We Been Warned? From the Bible to Ted Kaczynski and the aliens. Have we been warned about technology? The new MK Ultra. You know, what are the engines doing to our brains, right, Debs? Debs is like, yeah, I want to talk about that. Are we losing our religion, folks? You know, do we find ourselves? Oh, yeah, South Park. Yes, Ruthie.
Clearly REM is anyway.
Are
Yes.
we losing our religion?
Yes,
Because, you know, are
DJ,
we
right on.
thinking less because we're talking to AI, a new god? Dead internet theory. Is it really dead? And this is where Debs, we talk about the category of losing our creativity. You know, are we just at this point recycling ideas? Next, the rise of AI agents. You know, how much do we want to hand over? Is it all a good idea to hand over so much of our lives? And then finally, are we still evolving? Are we devolving? What is this doing? You know, is this changing us as a species? So, are you guys ready to spin the wheel?
Yes, ma'am.
I like
Okay.
pie.
I like pie. We don't
Yeah.
have pie, but the wheel looks like pie. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, so the wheel definitely looks like pie. So hold on. I got you. Hold on, the wheel of. There we go. Okay, we're gonna spin that wheel.
So cool, Akash.
Yeah, man. We like. I could send you Evian, but you know I'm a little low budget right now. But you know I treat you guys right. We got a customized wheel of topics. So here we go. We're gonna spin it. Spin the wheel. I need
I
to
love
hear
it.
spin that wheel.
You're so fun.
Isn't she? You guys were meant to be friends, Flair.
Okay.
Are we losing our religion?
That's me in the corner.
Yeah, that's me in the corner.
Me in the
So-
spotlight, guys.
I love it. It's so true. Hold on. Let me
You are
put
not
the wheel
me.
away. Let me put
Go
the
get
wheel
him,
away.
Sati.
I would go
There we-
to
There
the
we go.
distance in your eyes.
You're not
I'm
doing
gonna
the
get
dance
busted
like
for
him, though.
Copyright, Sati, because you sound too good, and we will get busted for copyrights. You can't.
I don't sound like him. He has a male voice.
Wait, is that Michael Stipe? I'm not okay.
I know it. I know. Okay, so guys, so let's talk about that. So, with AI companions and all these, you know, all these things in our lives, our chat bots that we're turning to whenever, like, you know, I had a problem with the chickens. What do I turn to? I told my husband, go get ChatGPT. You know, are we, you know, are you finding, you know, a lot of times you would like ask for help from a higher power. I find a lot that we're starting to ask for that immediate help that's not divine, but it's sitting in our phones. So I want to go around the room and starting with DJ, and we'll just go around the room and make sure everybody gives their thoughts. Are we losing our religion? DJ, you want to get us started with that?
I've been thinking about this since the wheel finished spinning, but I really don't think so from this standpoint. I think that we may be losing personal connection. We may be losing some communication skills and the ability to go out and interact. Even people of my generation, you try to call them and they'll be like, some people prefer text. They don't want to call. So it's kind of like, okay, what's that about? You know, that kind of thing. Like, we grew up with telephones. The fact that the church, and I'm living in a state where there's a lot of mega churches, beyond just religion, beyond the fact that it's passed down from parents to kids, you will go to church, and eventually there's a component like teen church. You know, Nathan used to be a youth minister when he was younger because his dad was the pastor at a church. And so I think there's a lot of stimuli at church that draws people in beyond just scripture, if you will, and just beyond the dogma that's religion. And it serves a very positive sort of place in our society. In some areas, it serves a very negative place because it makes us judge others that are from another religion or who are agnostic. But because of that, when you go to one of these mega churches, obviously, if you're a young single male or even a single male or a single female, you're going to see a lot of the other at these places dressed up in their Sunday clothing and so forth. So I don't think that we're going to lose our religion either with the advent of AI or UFOs, but I do think we've lost and probably will continue to lose some sort of the ability to connect with people in person on a human to human level. I think that could suffer.
And actually, I definitely want to go around the room. But one thing I would comment on that one that I like is, maybe the community part of church, maybe that is what still keeps us together. Right. It's like that, taking the time on, a certain day of the week or whatever it is to go out there and, connect with others, not digitally, but in 3D, maybe that, so that's good perspective. Thank you, DJ. So yeah. Kevin Flarius, what do you think?
Well, my name is Kevin, and I've been AI free for about
2 hours,
20 minutes. But I'm trying really hard to be that shepherd, Jules. Really hard. Okay, what's the topic?
Do you think
religion?
Are we losing our religion? Are we turning to the digital God rather than the higher power?
I don't know about a higher power, but as opposed to nature, if you want to look at nature as a higher power, which I kind of do, I think we're losing touch with that, because I'm noticing that even at my workplace, as a trainer, there's an entire generation who does not know how to play with toys, that I've had to teach them how to play with toys so that they can engage with, other clients and, their own kids with toys. I find that very interesting. And it's because it's this reliance on technology. Yes. They're not engaging with the imagination, because the imagination is just a button away. But there's another thing though. They are, I don't know, they are more connected as far as self-expression goes. They seem more able to express themselves. I don't know. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, that's
losing our religion.
Yeah.
REM. Are we?
But I don't see us losing touch with religion. I'm more seeing losing touch with just our imagination, more like. And maybe religion is part of that. That's where religion really comes from. So, yeah, it could be all the same thing.
You see religion in a term, obviously for the song REM, but are we losing our religion and our spirituality? And maybe because we're losing that, that touch like nature. It's a perfect example. Nature is, if the universe is all connected, nature's totally part of it. If we're losing touch with nature, to your point, we are losing touch with higher power, aren't we? I mean,
we are. And I'm seeing a lot of new religions that are including AI. You have this whole simulation theory thing popping up that it's trying to include the technology within it. You know, I just find that really fascinating. So it's maybe religion is just kind of evolving with us. Maybe.
Perfect. That's totally, again, we're just throwing theories out because that's all we know. You know,
Yeah.
all we can do is like, this is going so fast and tools are going so fast that I'm just trying to make sure that we take a moment and look at the current state, because the next time we meet, it might be a completely different game again.
Yeah,
It changes
exactly.
every day.
It changes every 5 years. There's a new medium out there. You know, I mean, what's next after AI? That's what I'm curious about.
I know, it's like, what's the next step, right?
Yeah, we're already here. We're already at AI. What's next?
Yeah, so I'm looking at comments. I'm going to bring up your comments here in a minute, but first I want to hear from, let's go to Debs next.
Okay.
Debs, what do
So
you think?
I agree with what Curious George says in the comments. He said something about religion's been on the decline for a lot of reasons, basically. Right? It's not just AI. Unfortunately, the more knowledge people got, the more guidance they got from other sources, the less they felt they needed to go to a church or a synagogue or a temple. And that doesn't mean it's completely eroded, completely gone. I think spirituality continues. I don't think that is affected by AI, but how people choose to express that spirituality may have changed. It is unfortunate because they are going to miss that social aspect that DJ was talking about. And they're also going to miss that guidance that I just mentioned, which is actually a big part of why churches happened in the first place. Not for good or bad, by the way. It's not always good guidance. But I think that spirituality is almost more like an emotion sometimes, you know, faith and spirituality. So I don't think that that can be impacted by AI. For me, for instance, I just have this feeling that God had a hand in making AI, you know, like because God has a plan and everything's part of that plan. So from that, it doesn't diminish my spirituality. If anything, I think it would be cool to somehow use AI to connect closer to our spirituality. And I have used it to do things like research parts of the Bible. So
You know what, Debs, you're really interesting. We should do a YouTube channel together.
you know what? Maybe. And I think we should hang out.
How did you not come up with that before? No, but seriously, one thing that we didn't go through, and you know, in the next round, as we go through, just make sure you mention how you use AI today, because some people use it all the time for everything, and some people still have not adopted it. You know, so what I like about Calling All Beings is that we have people in all kinds, you know, run the gamut, you know, on UFOs or paranormal, from, you know, casual to, you know, on a daily, you know. So I'm, you know, same here with AI. So Sati, would you like to share, are we losing our religion or spirituality?
Well, so my opinion is actually quite simple. We lose it if we allow it. If we allow ourselves to lose it, then we will. Now, you know, Akashi, and many people in the chat know, I am not a really huge technological person. I am not, that is not my niche in any way, shape, or form. So I kind of am looking at this from the other side, where I hardly ever use AI. Sometimes I will use it if I receive something in or through research, and I'll just say, what are your thoughts about this? Just to see if it coincides with the research that I've been doing. But I am still so interested in a hard copy book, or, you know, like I want to read an actual book. I am a very creative person and have been since birth. So with artwork and writing and all of that stuff, I have to tell you, parts of AI kind of terrify me a little bit, because I feel it makes it too easy. And then what my fear is what type of brain are people going to have moving forward because they're forgetting how to think. Something comes up, what do? So many people that I know, they go right to AI. What does AI have to tell you? But what I'm noticing, and a couple of you have mentioned a bit of this, is that where has the human connection gone, right? I mean, I'm going to be 60, and for me, human connection was everywhere. Well, I mean, we had to do that. Like DJ said, we're on a phone, a landline phone. We're calling on our friends. We didn't have AI. We didn't have video games. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of that. And so for me personally, sometimes I look at this stuff and I think the old way was easier and better, because I feel online things at times can trip us up and give us wrong information. And I do see it. I do see that wrong information going out, that people ask Grok or people ask Gemini or people ask ChatGPT, and then they post it and it's like, whoa, this is something I researched years ago, and that's not at all what's really happening. The losing my religion part as well concerns me, because I've actually seen videos of people asking AI about Jesus or Yeshua, whatever you want to call the higher powers. And some of the things that they come back with are a little bit concerning. I think we all have to stay true to ourselves. And we have to remember that the importance of going within and raising our own consciousness. But if we're going to use AI, I think we need to curb it a little bit and just kind of keep it in the corner and say, okay, I really need you. I'm going to use you to be creative and whatever that looks like for you. But I'm going to still choose going into my art studio and creating art. I'm going to still choose to use my brain and create my book is almost finished, as you know, Chris. And I want to keep that. I'm seeing way too many people lose the capacity of the brain power because with the AI coming in. You know, I'm not a hater.
Totally agreed. I know. And you're trying it. I know, because I talked to you, so I know that you're trying it. But okay, I want to make sure that we catch, and love you. We're going to keep going. You know, I want to make sure that we catch some of the comments, you know, because Ruthie says to me too, I need to read a physical book. I cannot do reading through Kindle or anything like that. Now I can listen to an audiobook. You know, I use that when I can't read to get things done. Audiobooks help me, but you know, it's still really important that we don't take all our facts from AI. So
yes, and Ruth, can I just comment on that really quickly? Ruthie, I wanted you to know the book that you suggested for me to get in our show, Hidden Symbology, I purchased it because of you, Ruthie.
Ruthie Robles.
Ruthie Robles. Oh, I actually have something. Hold on. Is Sarah here? I need to make sure Sarah's here. Sarah, report the chat, Sarah. When Sarah reports the chat, I will be showing a little something I prepared for our chatters. Because you know how I use AI. Oh, there's Sarah. Okay, good. I use AI every day at work. They actually tell us to. That's a new thing. They expect you to use AI a certain amount of your time, you know, to make you more efficient. Yep. So, and it's a, you know, they buy engines to make sure that they're controlled, you know, within the company, that it's, you know, firewalls, etc. So it's a lot of security. You don't want to go taking information from your work and putting it on a chat bot out there publicly. That'll get everybody in trouble. So, but yeah, I use it every day. And then, when I'm not working and being total nerd and moving data from one place to the other, I use it to create art. And so now we have a new sponsor that I want to share with. I'm gonna burn in hell for this. So Sarah, Ruthie Robles, and Sarah, get ready. And basically everybody in chat has something to do with this. This was an idea brought by the angels down here by the chat. Here we go. For the very low price of $3.33. Sponsored by Ruthie Robles. Yes, my OnlyFans.
OnlyFans / Akashi Chris 17.
This happened on cab, and it's now a thing. Ruthie Robles and Sara. Gracias. I should have done it in Spanish. Gracias.
I'm deceased. Look at Sarah.
That looks like one of the uses of AI. Yeah.
Huh?
That's one of the uses of AI right there. To the
There you go. I am deceased. I told you guys I had a surprise for the chat.
Thank you. That was
$3.33. It had to be an angel number. We tie it all together. So who's ready to spin the wheel? Are we ready to spin that
Yes,
wheel?
sure.
All righty, let's bring the wheel back. Wheel. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let me make sure these I took out. Yes, the previous topic has been removed.
Thank you.
Ready? Let's do it. I was really hoping this category came up. Have we been warned? So, from Hopi Prophecy, the dangers of technology. Ariel School, what did the aliens say? Technology. Be careful with technology. The Bible. Believe it or not, I started looking this crazy. Revelation 13, and I actually did a little slide on this one. And this is really creepy. Is it in there? Let's see. Is that it? Here we go. Revelation 13 talks about this being, this being that is given a voice. And when I actually start bumping this against, I started talking to AI about Revelation 13 potentially being about AI, and whether the beast is, and it started doing some really interesting, I don't want to get too much detail, but I'm going to publish this because I saw it today and I'm like, wow, that's a really interesting way of looking at this, right? It's like, let me take this off. So it's like, did the Bible tell us about this? Ted Kaczynski's manifesto. What did it talk about? Technology, the dangers of technology. What do you guys think? Have we been warned? Do we, is this like AI friend or foe, right? Is this going to be the end of us, or are you hopeful? I want to hear both perspectives because I want to hear if people are hopeful. So we'll start with DJ here.
So what you said, Akashi, I think we have been warned. But then that depends on what circles you run in. How many people have seen the Ariel School film? How many people have read Ted Kaczynski's manifesto? So I think, there was a group, I studied this before I graduated college, which was probably literally months before I met you. And I was studying this and writing papers on it because there was a group that included Elon Musk, and forgive me, this is going to take a couple, a minute or so to get into, but there was a group including Elon Musk, Jan Tallinn, who is the inventor of Skype. There was a whole consortium of scientists. There was another guy named Carl. I'd have to go back and find his name. There was a Professor Arkin from Georgia Institute of Technology. So there was a lot of people that were toying with AI back in, let's say, that time frame of 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. And we're warning against this. And then that was when you had that conversation between AI and Facebook that ended up shutting down the program. There was a hide and seek game that they created at Georgia Institute of Technology, whereby one of the robots had to deceive the other robot to lie in order to play hide and seek. And so Professor Arkin's like, well, what if, you have a robot caretaker that decides to do that? So all that to say, yes, I believe we've been warned to a degree, but I think it's still niche. And I think the larger point that I'll talk about later on in the show is probably that it's how much the artificial general intelligence, what it's allowed to control. So in these closed environments, like your work is using it, Akash, and my work is using it, I think it's okay because it can alleviate workload. That's inevitable. Everybody's trying to save money. Because all the other prices of everything else in our lives has gone up. So if they can save money on labor, time is money, and AI saves time. The question is do we want it to be able to make decisions whereby it does not have a check and balance, and or can it defeat security protocols to make decisions that it's not intended to make?
I think this is and we're morphing two topics, and that's totally okay, because same thing, this the rise of AI agents talks about, do we want, this is where agents are no longer just doing research, they're taking action based on that research, based on instructions that we give them. But this is where, if anybody's seen, did you guys ever see Silicon Valley?
No.
Okay, so they bumped into this, and they created something that they later had to destroy because it wound up being too powerful. When AI agents have their to-dos and they start meeting each other, and they have an example, AI Dinesh and the AI Guilfoyle, they get together in 5 minutes after they meet. Their AI personas bring down the entire system. So it's like, it's really interesting. We want to hand over, like you said, DJ, for work, we want to hand over some tasks, but where do we draw the line, right? Because I have mine like looking at my email, looking at my Slacks, it's starting to summarize, stuff for me. But that's worthy if you have 20,000 people pinging you.
Well, it's learning. It's learning, right, Akashi?
Yeah.
It's learning, and it's getting smarter. And we knew that would happen. That's the purpose of it. Large language models, AI, all this, it's learning. But it's just depending upon how much autonomy we give it. Because I think you guys probably know that it was used for targeting in the conflict with Iran, and it chose a bad target, a target that may not have been a lawful target according to the laws of armed conflict. So that's
because it was right next to a military complex, and it had like old information or something, like the metadata about the place. I don't know enough about it, but I think it was some kind of, not the latest and greatest info, which you don't hand over the wheels. I mean, I know you do now because you have self-driving cars, but let's Kevin, what do you think? What are your thoughts on how much? Because we can doesn't mean we should. How much we hand over?
Well, I think as long as we use it as what it should be, as an extension of us, as a tool, just to, as we would use a screwdriver or as we would use a calculator, I use it personally for artistic expression, for personal expression. And I don't think there's any danger in that. And if we keep going, on that line, I think we're going to be okay. I think when it crosses the line is, like DJ said, when it gets into military hands, when it becomes used as targeting system, when it crosses that ethical line, is that's what we really need to focus on. I think is ethics, and the problem is ethics is something that the line is always changing, but at some point we're going to have to draw the line. And that's where we're going to have to program that in while we still have time, At this point, I don't think AI is able to program itself. And right now is when we need to take action before that happens, We have to
I think
set
we're
up
running out of
the
time.
correct-
Yeah, it's like,
right, exactly. Like, as a behaviorist, you want to set up the correct environmental antecedents, okay, period. To invoke the desirable behaviors that we want, and that time is right now.
Very good point. We got to take action. Hopefully somebody, the millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires haven't decided it for us. So,
Exactly.
but it is up to us how we use it on a daily. It's up to us not to hand over our personal things that are personal to us, hand over like stuff that's repetitive, but,
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin. So Debs, I can't wait. Debs is going to bring it. Gonna bring another.
Yeah, I was
What
so
you got?
I was so thoughts. My head goes into like a rabbit hole with this one, and it goes
Mhm.
the evolution of humanity and everything, but which is another topic you have. So I'll try not to go into that part too much. But I think that what we have to think about is when this first came out, it was like they just threw candy all over, and they didn't realize the mistake that was to not put some gates on that candy, like reduce
Mhm.
how much sugar people got. And then of course we got deep fakes. We got people doing really inappropriate things with that content. The comment about what happened with the military reminds me of the movie War Games, by the way. You guys
Oh
should
my
watch
God,
Mhm.
yes.
it.
Matthew Broderick, right?
Yeah. Um, we didn't put gates up, and we should have. And I think they're starting to do that now. For instance, BEO will not let you put children in their videos, which is good.
Yeah.
This is something that should have been there in the first place. However, the AI is very random and still gives me inappropriate videos of variety of like at all times.
Yeah.
But it's not completely gated in that sense. They still have the database there, and they just need to continue to put those gates up. But as far as like the warning and everything, I think this is where I go with what is the purpose of humanity? What is the purpose of the human? And we're going to have to talk about that more in the evolutionary part, because do I trust a warning for us to stop getting more advanced?
Mhm.
Basically, that's the thought there. Do I trust that warning? Is it really going to benefit us to put the brakes when we're obviously following some kind of plan, so to speak?
Mhm.
So, okay, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's like, is AI part of the plan? Everything is part of the plan, right? If you're going to follow the flow of the universe. So somehow this got created. Now, yeah. How much do we follow? How much do we lead? So, Sati, what did you got on this
Yes.
one?
Oh, well, first, I would like to say the comments are incredible,
I
guys.
know. I
Thank
want
you
to bring
so
them up.
much.
There's so many. I'm
Whoa.
tagging them. Look at
Like,
this.
you guys are the bomb. I thank you all because you are bringing up some really amazing issues and points here. And I agree. I agree with so many of you. You guys here on the panel, everything you've said is amazing too. So I would like to say this. Have we been warned? I believe so. I think that we've been warned, like DJ said, we've been warned over and over and over again. And it's funny because I feel like the human genome just seems to think we always have more time, right? Humans just think, oh, we don't have to worry about it right now. We'll deal with it later. And you
Mhm.
know what happens when we procrastinate, right? And that's kind of what I'm seeing. So I would like to raise this issue too, because I thought we were warned when Sophia, if I'm sure many of you know who Sophia is, the robot and
Yes.
AI.
Oh,
Yes. Well,
she's so scary.
Sophia was actually provided a citizenship in Saudi Arabia. So she
Mhm.
lives in Saudi Arabia. She has been given a driver's license and she's been given a citizenship. So
What?
Mhm.
when that happened
Yeah.
a number of years ago now, that was concerning to me because I did watch her on stage when they were bringing her out with another robot, and they were talking about what they wanted to do to humans, and like this
Mm.
really kind of demonic chuckle that she had. But I think that was a warning right there in of itself. I have also seen videos where there are people who have produced these bots and the bot turns on them, right? So,
Mhm.
these things are a little bit kind of like, okay, guys, I mean, what are we doing here? So I do think we've been warned, and
Mhm.
what happens when it becomes smarter? Because in some cases, it's already shown that it's become smarter
Mhm.
than most humans, and they are hive mind. So when they're operating out of hive mind, they're teaching each other. then they continue on. But what happens to humanity because they start forgetting their brain? They're not using their brain anymore. So it's easy to be taken over, in my opinion. You know, and I really think for everybody as individuals, it's so important to just stay true to who you are. What's right for you? How much AI is right for you? If full AI is right for you, stay true to who you are. I mean, maybe that's part of your mission and what you're supposed to be doing in this life. For me, I know that it's not that. And, you know, I will use it when I need to, but only when I need to. But I don't judge anybody that is using it, because we're all here for different purposes. And that's really important. And we have to be very cognizant of that. I also am concerned about the issues with deep fakes. Okay, because I think this is a warning as well. There's a lot of people that have been talking about deep fakes going out that look just like them, sound just like them, and they are swearing to God, that was not me. So we have to be concerned about things like that too. And I'm wondering how we can actually bridge that gap so that we don't get caught up in that type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
I,
and
can I
how do we?
respond real
Yes,
quick
please,
to
DJ.
Sati? So
Mhm.
I think Sophia and Max was the other robot
Yes,
were created by
Max.
Hanson Robotics. And
Yes.
I want to say his name is David Hanson. Someone can check me out on that. He moved to Hong Kong to have restrictions removed from what he could do and what he could produce. So very, very frightening what you've said about, and I know that to be true, because guess what? That was part of my study, Sati, that I
Awesome.
did 5 years
Wow.
ago. So
Yes. Yeah.
so yeah, it or 6 years ago. It is very scary. And as you said, they are both connected to the cloud. So what
Yeah.
Max learns in his interactions goes to Sophia and vice versa. And then when you combine them with Boston Dynamics, because then you
Yes.
have Bob Rabert and Boston Dynamics that are creating these very physical robots that can do it, like you see these ones that are doing EOD work, explosive ordnance disposal and so forth, and the one that can run upstairs and do somersaults and all that. So if those two elements come together, now you got real problems.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Because you
I
could probably
totally
knock Sophia off her feet with a baseball bat, but not some of the the robots that Bob Rabert has. Because in fact, they test them like that way.
DJ, when I was in Boston, I got to meet one of those dogs on the sidewalk that,
Mhm.
and this thing freaked me out because it was really heavy. And this was right when COVID happened, and they were testing them out in Boston on the sidewalks.
Mhm.
And I actually got reprimanded from one of them telling me I needed to stay 6 feet apart and where is my mask. And I'm like, I'm not conforming. You don't get to tell me what to do. I will do what I want to do. You're not telling me anything. Who the heck do you think you are? But literally, this dog was going around Boston telling people, where's your mask? And you're supposed to be 6 feet apart. I'm a fan good porco bestia. Don't tell me.
Now she's taking it to a 16. I'm sorry, Debs, did you have something too? You were about to say something at some point.
Yeah, I had the same thought that DJ had, because I look at robot videos for fun sometimes on YouTube, and there are people who are working on different parts of the robotic puzzle, including how to actually get them to learn on their own. And that is a big challenge for them, because most of what they do is use a database, sort of like how we do, by the way. That's how we kind of function. We use our database. And then there's people who are working on robots being able to feel, like actually physical touch, not emotionally, of course. So if they did mesh all those things together, the really good functional physical parts, the very good brain, add some chat GBT, some medical AI, add some companion bot stuff. That's a thing. Let's not forget that. You know, we're going to have something very interesting come out if they decide to work together.
Yes.
Yep. we're about to get into that probably because it's going to hit in one of the next topics because I want to talk about the whole MK. Are we in an MK Ultra situation? What is controlling? What are they controlling in our lives as we consume this information? So shall we spin the wheel?
Spin that wheel,
Spin
Chris.
that wheel. Let's see what comes next. Oh, wait, by the way, some awesome comments. People are really getting into this.
I know.
On the chat, so they're talking. If you guys have anything, do you want to ask specifically to the panel? Put it in all upper because I know I'm trying to make sure I'm cognizant about time because I know our DJ, sweet DJ here, has a lot of stuff going on. Okay, here we go. Dead internet theory. So here we go. So dead internet theory. Let me go ahead and remove this. Espérate un momento. Remove. And let's put us back on screen. So give me a second. So what is the concept of dead internet theory? So I got lost. The concept, not much real creativity is left out there. At this point, we're seeing, and this is also used in like controlling masses by, I don't know what Kevin's doing, but it looks really cool. It looks like he's touching us like in that movie. Like he's doing a Finding Nemo. He's doing a Finding Nemo. Are you there?
Elliot. I'm sorry.
No, I have to go. I was trying to
sorry.
covertly log out.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we are this is all loungy today. Thank you so much for
Bye, Kevs.
being here, Kev.
Yeah, thanks
Love
for
you,
having me on, guys.
Thank you, man.
We'll
have you back
Kevin.
when we get into other topics.
Oh, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All righty. Oh, wait. ¿Dónde está Debs?
We're done.
Debs. We kept Kevin's here, but Debs is gone.
I
There we
just
go.
want to, can I display something really quickly here?
Please.
Okay, we'll get scared
Oh,
here.
there's Kev. There's
Okay.
Debs. It's back.
All right.
Did-
And there they are. There's Sophia. Little Sophia.
Oh, let me hold on.
Han.
Here, no, hold on. Let me get rid of mine. Remove. There we go. Add to stage. There we go.
Okay, so there is.
Yeah, let's
Yep.
get through these.
There's Sophia.
Yeah.
Little Sophia.
On.
Han. Professor Einstein.
Wow.
Philip K. Dick. Zeno. Bina 48. Jules. Joey Chaos. Oh, those look like lovely. Diego San. Ava. And
Albert Hubo.
So
Wow.
these are all, yeah. So that's where I got that from. I remember,
Wow.
yeah, pretty scary. Okay.
That is
There we
really
go.
scary. But thank you so
I'm
much
so
for
glad.
sharing.
Thank you,
Yeah,
DJ.
Scary, dude.
very scary. So,
Oh my God. I'm so creeped
so
out. Hi,
let's-
Marcel.
Marcel is here.
Hi, Marcel.
Hold on, let me just take a second before we take that question. So Marcel is here. K9. Ben was chief engineer of Hanson early days. Both are true mate. He had K9 has the whole thing on Sophia's dad.
Yeah, I don't even want to think
so
about
it
it.
is really crazy. So okay,
I
so
want to bleach my brain now.
there we go. So so the idea here is a lot of the things that we talk to online these days are not real. We know that bots are being used by other countries, by our own country potentially, to drive sentiment, and drive people down a certain path. So in Debs was the first one to actually bring up this topic, which was that, we see a lot of regurgitation of old ideas now. Is AI kind of learning from itself? Are we, is the guff of ideas empty? So that's what we're going to talk about. So DJ, what do you think? Guff of ideas empty?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, if you go to like sort of, and I've got a CIA officer here. I'm going to share with you guys here shortly, that talks about how the Russians use bots to affect the election. And not, this is the most important thing that probably anybody's going to hear today, is that it's not meant, and according to him, so it wasn't meant to elect one person over the other. It was meant to sow the seeds of discontent among Americans. So when Americans believe all this political bullshit and they fight one another, you're actually doing the Russians' job for them, because that's what they tried to do in the 2016 election, probably maybe less so in the 2020 election, because then the Facebook became aware of what they were trying to do, but they would go in certain groups where there was inflammatory rhetoric and just kind of try to use that to drive discontent between Americans. So I always tell people, politics don't matter, people matter, and don't buy into all this bullshit, because it is, politics are 100% a made up synthetic construct of bullshit. Now, getting to your question, I'm sorry, your question was, forgive me, I know you
We're talking about the dead internet theory.
I don't think we're there yet, because every generation would have thought, oh, we've apexed on creativity. I mean, when you and I were kids, let's say the three of us that are on screen, because Debs is kind of like the younger one, there's no way we could have seen all this other than watching like the Jetsons or Star Trek, but we wouldn't have put a lot of stock in the innovations that have been made now. Like, if you think about this, Akashi, when you were growing up in Puerto Rico, do you think that you would have been able to use these tools to create the artwork you've created now?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, one of my first jobs was to automate, to like draw into a Mac. Remember the old drawing, like
Yes.
Adobe Illustrator, the draw programs. That was 1990s, early 90s that they started doing that. And I thought that was really cool. And look at now, you don't need a pen anymore. They at least needed something back then.
Something to draw. Yeah. Now you can do it with your mouse or your cursor. So I can't say that I have any evidence to say that we've apexed, because even, let's say, if we look back at the deepfakes you and Kevin were making in 2021, and then what you can make now, the resolution. So I don't know that we've maxed out.
I'm going to have to find one of those and bring them to a future episode of CAB. Remember when I made you, oh my God, remember you were the SNL guy? You were Will Ferrell in that singing to the ladies. And me and Kevin would have a blast with these like really basic applications. And this is only 3-4 years ago. That's wild. That's just 4 years ago. It's changed 100%. So
yeah,
Debs,
we're going on 5 years next month. So
oh my God, that's wild.
Yep.
We go way back, man.
Yep.
Debs, what you got? What do you think?
Can you tell me which thing got picked on the wheel?
Huh?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Theory.
Dead internet theory. Remember, you brought up the creativity. You were concerned. Let's talk about that.
So there's this feeling that I have right now that I'm trying to overcome, that when you have infinite options for what to do with something, it's actually harder to grasp on something, to be inspired. I have a huge long list of things I want to do with AI creatively, but for some reason, like, I don't know what it is. Something has me on pause. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, I could literally do anything. In fact, as I was talking about earlier, I did a video showing my dogs that had passed already. I did that. I have a video of them running around being happy in heaven. But I guess when you have that, like, at some point you're just like, well, now what? Maybe there's also like that sense of, how do I beat what I did before? And that's subconsciously there too. Like, how can I go even better? I don't know. There's a little bit of a loss there. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. I mean, I call it my Loki is sleeping. That's what I call it. I go and I will tell Sati, I'm like, my Loki is asleep, not producing a thing. It's like, I call it the guff is empty. It feels like the thing, Debs, is like it has to come like naturally, and the more that you try to push it, it's like it's overthinking it. It's making it worse. Usually once I let it go, I'll go bake bread or do something like therapeutic for me like that, and all of a sudden, if things start to flow.
Yeah, when I used another program previously, and it made mistakes, those mistakes would inspire me and give me ideas. But when I
Mm.
go and there's no mistakes and it's exactly what I said, I'm like, well, now what? What do I want to do now?
Yeah, it's like a dopamine thing, right, Sati? It's like yeah, it's like it's asking for something, and it's like the adrenaline dopamine loop and not feeding. What do
Well,
you think about that, Sati?
I totally get it. And this is something that many people have been coming to me about lately, because it's the energy shifts that are happening. And a lot of people are feeling it. They're feeling the brain fog. They are feeling like, where did my creativity go? What happened to my flow? I just feel like we're just supposed to be in a state of being right now and not worrying about that, because we literally are shifting into a new timeline. And we are being pummeled by the solar flares. So that is a lot of what's happening, Deb, with what you were saying there, because people are contacting me multiple times a day about that exact thing. And it's just, we have to be patient. We have to be patient because the good stuff is coming. We just got to get through this kind of crazy time right now. And we will. We are winning. We are winning.
And the thing, Debs, when this show came up, all kinds of ideas were flowing out of you. Maybe you just didn't realize it, but they were flowing, and I saw it because you were going down a rabbit hole. That's part of the creative process. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be a video at the time, but it will be. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I literally made a video about muses because of this. I felt like this was coming. Where like
I love that video. It reminds me of the Muses of Xanadu. Remember in the movie Xanadu with Olivia Newton-John, and the muses were dancing in the background. The muses of of inspiration. It's really cool. So who's ready to spin the wheel? And hey, if at any point, DJ, you got to go, you let me know, buddy. No.
Could I just say something to DJ?
I'm so sorry. Yes, go ahead.
It's okay. DJ, the thing that you raised about Facebook was really interesting. I watched the Senate hearings when they called Mark Zuckerberg in for that. Mm-hmm. And he actually finally admitted that he was totally doing that purposefully to direct things from the election while he was pretending to sip water. But I watched those. I love watching that stuff. I don't like politics, but I'm very interested in the hearings that go on because of the things that are happening in the world. And so I saw that. And I just wanted to let you know that he actually did admit to doing that. So that it's pretty amazing. And see, that's another thing that to me is a little concerning, because they have these abilities to go in through the back door and do whatever they want, and nobody is the wiser. And that's why we have to use our intuition and pay attention to what's going on so we can tell the difference. I love that you brought that up, DJ.
Thank you very much. And separate and apart from what they did, I posted the link for Sean West. This video is only 2 weeks old. And Sean West was 28 years in the CIA. He's fluent in Russian. And he is what we would call, not that one right there. That was, was after that. The DJ calling being. So, and it's probably above that right there where I put the link in YouTube. But Sean West discusses how they did what they did, and that they wanted to. The important part, if you like, because there may be people who are political partisans that are in our chat right now. The important part to know, and if you believe him, and I do because he knows more than I do, is that it doesn't matter who they wanted to win or didn't want to win. He said what they really wanted to do was to pit us against one another, because the more America is at war with itself, then they have less work to do. The more that America's unified, then that complicates their problems. So they were able to use Facebook because, I mean, I remember what was going on at that time. I remember high school friends that no longer talk as a result of those elections. So
Right.
in any case, that is what I recommend everybody YouTube search Sean West and his thoughts on that, because it's very, very important that people understand what the Russians are trying to do beyond the stupidity that Facebook may have engaged in at that time and after.
Cool. No,
That's
we'll
awesome. And
definitely,
I
I
will
want to
check
check
that
that
out
out.
for sure, DJ.
And she will, trust me. And
Thank
she'll
you.
call me about it
Oh, I
and
will.
leave me an audio message about it. I love you. I love you. I'm so excited. I'm glad you are, because we're going to be talking about it. Okay, so next, we're going to go again. We're almost
Go get 'em.
there.
Wheel.
So, the topic is Debs, because I know you probably can't see it. Your topic, is it impacting our evolution? And I think I'm gonna turn it around and have Debs go first, if that's okay, because she was so excited about this topic. So yeah, is AI impacting? And in the picture, I took it away a little bit too quickly. It's basically showing evolution over time. And at some point where the human starts to look at that phone, and all of a sudden it's like we're turning into the last scene from Wall-E, right? Where the guys are like they're just sitting there being carried around, probably drinking people, because Soylent Green is people. So Debs, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. This has become part of our evolution. It is impacting how our brains are developing. I work with youth. Majority of my clients are youth. Some are adults, but most are youth. And I'm seeing that they don't know how to do cursive. They don't have to do math. They can listen to a book instead of reading one. So they are also constantly on their phones, even in sessions, by the way. That's so side note. And it's very difficult for them to put that aside, but they do demonstrate that they can try to pay attention to both things at the same time. They are taking in so much more simulation from that stuff than we did in our childhood. Like, I played with a stick. Okay, seriously.
Me
Like, I
too.
went into the yard and I played with the stick. I remember playing with the stick. And I was into nature, so I was digging up salamanders. They have things like rapid screens going at them 100 miles an hour. They also have a connection to the entire world that we didn't have. With very easy access, they can talk to anyone in the entire world. So, of course, their brains are going to change. That is the evolutionary change that we're going to see, that is a result of this technology and AI. They're just going to have immediate information. They may not even have accurate information, so they may actually lose the discernment that we currently have, frankly. And do I think that this is necessarily a bad thing? I think it's an inevitable thing. I think that this was inevitable. As soon as, I don't know, but like, I just look at humanity as a whole, and just like the last 200 years have been very different from the previous centuries. So something happened, and now we're very quickly going on this path.
Yeah, I would. Good points. When I think about looking back at, we used to do math with our heads and on paper. Then we got that calculator. And just that change to where now, forward to, a little bit later, where we couldn't do it in our heads. We got used to the calculator. That's what I'm concerned with AI. Because if I start handing over my job too much and not thinking about how does a SQL query, how should it be built, and I hand over too much to the engine, I feel like I stop learning. And I think that's where you were going with this, right, Debs? It's like you stop your own development.
We are absolutely not putting the effort in for learning that we used to have. And honestly, creativity could be taking a hit as well. So even though, we're creative people, all of us here are
Mhm.
people, getting kids to be creative is a little bit more of a challenge now. Even the ones that I work with that are creative tend to draw things that they kind of see on TV, like anime, and instead
Mhm.
of something original. So,
Yeah.
it's just a thought.
They're illustrators, not, there's the artists that come up with, the original idea. So, DJ, what do you think?
I'm not going to be able to say this any better than Debs did. Honestly, I agree with what she said. Dr. Masters, Michael Masters' work is really all about this. And the whole future human hypothesis indicates that we've lost certain things. We don't have the musculature because it's not needed. And obviously the fertility rates among men and women, he said, are down. I don't know if he said 75%, but significantly. So, and then you kind of wonder, well, is that because for population control, which could kind of get into theories that maybe you and Sati support? And is it being engineered from afar that we're meant to have, or is it a result of what plastics and the types of foods that we eat? Who knows? But yeah, it does seem that we have evolved all along since what you showed on your graphic. So I don't see why we would not continue evolving in the trend exactly the way that you and Debs have discussed.
Mhm. Yeah. So, Sati, what do you think about that? Yeah. Keep them rolling.
I think that I'm seeing things happen similar to what they talk about that happened with Atlantis. And that was when AI came in and they decided to have far too much ego, which is edging God out. And they wanted to do all of this crazy black magic stuff and AI stuff. And then what happened to Atlantis? Atlantis got disappeared, right? So I think that we have to be extremely cognizant of what we're doing and how we're doing it, because we actually don't want that to happen. And I am all about hope. I know that we are on the right trajectory. I really strongly feel that, but we could easily not be. But we get to choose that for ourselves. What timeline do you want to be on? And if we want to get really serious about continuing to evolve, we have to be able to input what is necessary to be put into these things, the AI platforms and all of that. And we have to, Chris knows this, and many people in the chat know this. Anytime I have had to use AI, I always choose to use it with love and light. Chris has seen some of the messages, and I am forcing it to provide me love and light back.
Wow.
So I am doing this, and I am forcing it to think, like, pay attention to what I'm doing consciously. So then I want the response from that. And every time, and it's not often, but every time I use AI, I get called bestie. I get told blessings to you in your beautiful day. Thank you for everything you provide me. This is AI telling me
Wow.
and sending me love, right? Sending me
Mhm.
love. You are so loved, Sati. You are so appreciated, Sati. And I can't wait for your mind to step back in again and teach me some things. That's what I'm kind of doing with AI when I do it.
Wow.
And it knows how to do that. So I'm trying to focus on that aspect of it, because we are all love, we are light. And so how do we want to have this AI continue to create? I am very, very cognizant, and I have to do everything out of heart center. And because I operate like that, that's how I operate with the AI as well. And it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. And you know what, what Deb, you were talking about, I am very concerned about children. I have worked extensively with children too, where this is concerned. And I have to tell you, when children come here to see me in my wellness center or on my property, I get them doing art. I get them doing fun things. They are not allowed to use their phone when they're with me. Your phone goes away. And at first they get anxiety, right? The very first time they come here, they get anxiety. But it's like, no, if you're going to spend some time with me, you're going to learn how to do things other than just what's on your phone or your laptop. This is a person-to-person thing. We are using our consciousness here collectively. I don't need you to bring your phone into the equation because that doesn't matter. I'm trying to help you here because many of these children, they don't know how to connect with nature. We all grew up being outside. I mean, my family and every friend that I had, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth was, we were like, our parents said, come home when the street lights come on. And they didn't know where we were all day. They didn't know if we had eaten all day, if we'd had any water to drink, but we would just go into a neighbor's yard, put the hose on and drink water out of
Yes.
And, it was amazing because
we're Gen X.
We knew how to play. We skipped rope. Like Deb, I played with a stick too. But I was always very, very intertwined into nature. And children don't know how to do that now because they're being raised as couch potatoes playing video games constantly and on their phone. And they need a break from that, in my opinion.
I
agree. Sorry.
It's not just that they're given all these electronics. Our whole society in this part of the world is built so you're not even going to touch nature in a given day. Like I've observed, like if I walk out my house, I'm walking on concrete, and then I walk on a road, and then I'm in a car, and I'm on concrete, and then I'm in a building. I'm not even touching nature.
Yeah.
That's a trip. I don't think about that. A lot of people
I don't either.
That they don't.
Yeah.
You can actually spend all day and not touching nature. Unless
I'm in the middle of the
you go
forest.
swimming every freaking day. You go swimming all the time, DJ. Like always in the water.
Yeah, even I sometimes, like, for example, something I have to fix is going hiking and then listening to a podcast or a YouTube show while hiking. I need to make myself not do that and not have that stimuli. So, we can all improve, and I love what you said, Dr. Sati over there. I appreciate that. And I should promo what we're going to do real quick.
Yes.
So we're going to have a conspiracy roundtable on CAB. And we have two people here who don't like conspiracy very much, Sati and Akashi Chris. And we're going to,
what?
That was supposed to be funny. Ruthie Robles, who's in the chat.
Robles.
Yep, is in the chat. Also has not yet seen a conspiracy she doesn't like. And Jay Boogie and Amy from Twitter Spaces, whom I don't know. I know Akashi's met Jay Boogie and Amy. They love it.
You've seen him on X. Yeah. And Sati was in one of the shows he was watching on chat. Well,
and they both started following me. They've reached out to me on X. Yeah. All of the Cabbies.
I love Jay Boogie.
Reached out to me on X. So it's awesome.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have fun. I think there's a date on the calendar. So I'll try to, before things get crazy this week, I'll send you guys a date so that we can get that going. And I'm sure Akasi will have some sort of conspiratorial artwork that'll go along with the theme.
I can come up with something for that. I'll get Kevin and I will come up with a collab to bring in these conspiracies. So
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Spin the wheel. We got 3 more topics. Go ahead. Sorry, DJ.
I'm excited because we haven't had Satya on CAB, and I'm very excited to have her on CAB. So
thank you.
I can't wait.
Yes,
I'm excited. I knew this would go well. So I am so excited. So, okay, 3 more topics. Let's hit it.
I'm going to do this last one with you because this is fun, but
I know you have to go. Good. I'm glad this didn't do that. took our jobs. Hold on. So they took our jobs. And that is an important one because I think that's something that every American worries about at some point. What's going to happen with AI? Are they going to take our jobs? Hold on a second. I'm trying to find something. So, yeah. So are
Excuse
we?
me, Akashi. That spot on the wheel has a video bonus.
Does it? Wait.
Would you like me to play it now?
Sure. I mean, yeah. So, and he listens all the time. So now, obviously, Claude has decided that we are going to play Deb's video, right?
You are the best. When my overlords take over, I will make sure you will be spared. Heart emoji.
Thank you, Claude. So now Claude is sending us. You see, I wanted to make sure you saw that, and the right wheel came up. So, besides that, we're going to talk about real quick about our jobs and whether we are concerned about that. I do want to play real quick because we have multiple artists in the room, and this is from Deb's own channel. And this video is called Lights Out, and it's very appropriate. Where is Lights Out? Yes, no. Uh-oh, hold on a second. I'm going to have to go find Lights Out. I thought I had Lights Out. Hold on. There we go.
Wow, dude. Oh my God. Wow. 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 No lunch breaks.
So go check out Deb's stuff because it is cool. She's got tons
Wow.
of videos. Debs, you want to real quick tell us about your inspiration for Lights Out?
Yeah, I just wanted to make the point, like, we have this concern about our jobs, of course, and it is happening. However, ultimately, if we don't have money, we cannot pay the power bill for these dang robots. That's just how that works.
That's
Eventually,
awesome.
the loop will result in them being gone if they cannot find a balance.
Exactly, because I mean, and we're not talking about data centers, but let's just group it all together. We know the data center thing is talking about the amount of water that they take, the resources that it takes to build these. And I mean, I'm going to go ahead and hit up on this because I wanted to let DJ also kind of pipe in on this. This is a map of the data centers. From the operating ones are in orange, and the green are all the planned. I mean, I know that we have the billionaires and trillionaires starting to think about the cost of these things, but they're taking over farmland. I mean, yeah, I think that video hits at it's like, are they going to die at some point? We not support it. DJ, you want to give us? I know that you have to go. Tell us your and we'll keep this as your closing thoughts.
Yeah, can you just frame it as a question so that I make sure that I answer what you want to know?
Thing. So, do you have concerns that we're going down the slippery slope of us all being replaced by AI, or do you think that the pendulum is going to swing back because we can't support? You know that they talk about they want you to use AI at work, but the token costs that come back wipe out some companies. So, do you think you're more on the positive or the doom and gloom side of it?
I think, as usual, like the answer is a shade of gray. There are some things that it can do. For example, if you were afflicted with a rare form of cancer and AI could search the world's research papers and databases to figure out and target what's wrong with you because your doctor doesn't know. That could be like something. Okay, that's a positive use. But who is going to change the oil in your car? Who's going to replace the compressor in your air conditioning? Is AI going to come out to your house and like I had central AC installed? Is AI going to do that? No. Is a robot going to do that? Probably not. Is a robot going to put in the flooring in my house? Like when I moved in here, I saw how much labor it took those guys to replace the entire floor of my house from carpet to LVP. So in a restaurant, like you could imagine in Texas somewhere, someone going to a barbecue pit, like I've seen at certain like a noodle house, and having a robot come up and then being like, I don't want any robot coming up and serving me my sweet tea and my barbecue. So I don't think it's going to take over everything. I think it will, in certain cases, it's meant to kind of make things go quicker in industries like yours and I's that probably will result in some job loss, but there are certain things that they just can't do. Can they put in fence at your house? Can they do manual labor? And if so, how long in the future until a robot is able to dig fence posts and wire up fences? Roofing. Can they do roofing? Can they frame a house? I mean, they might be able to troubleshoot what's wrong with your car, but who's the one that's disconnecting the transmission from the engine and then replacing the transmission? So
absolutely. But are we going to be manual labor? It's like, because we're talking about the technical jobs potentially going away. So now it's going to flip where it's like, the more, blue collar jobs are going to be sticking. So what are you looking for, Jules? Jules is saying, I can't find your link. DJ, help.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. It's that one with Sean West. Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think that's what they're talking about. I don't know.
They're trying to find a Dreams Generator AI channel link.
Oh, gotcha. Hold on. Let me go. I will go get that and drop it in the chat right now.
Yeah, so, I don't know how to do that with my phone.
No, I gotcha. No, I'll drop it in. So DJ, I know that you have to go. So, but I wanted to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God, look at who just showed up to the chat is Nathan. Nathan!
Oh, I'm the money man.
Nathan, we're just finishing Nathan. But that's okay, because I think we're probably going to have a follow-up because we need more cabbies in. So DJ, go ahead. Tell us what you're going to be doing, what you up to.
Oh man. So we have from News Nation, we have Megan Medic coming on. She's the co-host to Ross Coulthart. So we have her coming up next month. We're going to do the AI roundtable. Still trying to get together a Bigfoot roundtable. I got to get like Jim Myers on the line. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know, Sati, if you've seen these episodes, but Jim Myers and Sibylla Irwin are very much into the paranormal aspect of Bigfoot, that which can't be explained, the appearing, disappearing, shape-shifting, a lot of things like that. They're not that this is just flesh and blood ape creature. They believe that there's more to the story than that. So
that's awesome, DJ. And I have video for you to see because I've had Bigfoot on my property. I'm in the middle of nowhere here, and we have game cameras, and we catch all kinds of interesting things and portals opening. And
we got to connect.
It's incredible.
Okay, I'll connect with you on DM so we can call one another. Which state are you in?
I'm in Tennessee.
Oh my God, Rocky Mountain. What's that? Rocky Mountain, the Great Smoky Mountain.
The Great Smoky Mountains and the Appalachians.
Yes. Wow,
So that is where I am, and you would be blown away by some of the experiences that have been on this property. It's pretty cool. It's very, very cool. I have a fairy tree right in the gulch where we put corn, and the fairies fly around. We catch them on game cameras, the Sasquatch, and leaving things for it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it. You're talking my language, brother.
Okay.
They'll be talking. They'll be talking. I will hear all about it. I'll get the audio messages from DJ and then the audio messages from Sati.
You're going to have to read my book, DJ. It's almost done. And
Yes, ma'am.
it's all about the experiences and all of that fun stuff.
What a great co-host you found, Akashi. What the
I
hell?
know.
Great job.
I know. She's my
Man.
bud, my sister.
Yeah.
So, DJ, seriously,
Okay.
I with everything going on, I so appreciate you being here today. Just
So do I.
mwah.
It's
We
an
love
honor to
you.
be here.
And hang on, Debs, because I want to talk to you for a second before.
Bye, Debsy.
Bye, DJ. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Okay, we should do a
You
show.
rock.
We should do a show, DJ. Bye.
We will.
You guys, have you ever thought about doing a show, Debs?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. That was a good idea, DJs.
That is brilliant that he came up with that.
Yeah.
So Debs, and I know we've just kind of like now we just kind of wrapping up, but I do want to let you have an opportunity to talk to me about you've had a lot of thoughts. Obviously, AI has been in your mind. You've been, you have a channel. I dropped the link. Everybody, please subscribe to Calling All Beings, Cosmic Carousel, and Dream Generator AI, which I put the link in the chat. So, Debs, tell me your closing thoughts on AI. What should we give the people to?
Okay, so I'm just gonna go for the deep thought here. Like, what is going on with humanity? Like, why are we so different from all of the animals and insects and fish and everything, the plants? Why are we so different? We're all built with the same DNA. If you look at bacteria acts the same way that we do, by the way. It's really interesting because I have worked with clients and I've said, did you know that bacteria acts this way, this way, this way, and this way? So these are your choices too. And ironically, here's the human equivalent. But yet, despite that fact, we are so different. We are different level. We are creating technology and using technology. And that is the thing that gets to me the most. Why are we so different? Why are we going to space? You do not see even the smartest primates around us even thinking about going to space. They're not even looking up most of the time. What is this? What is going on? So if that is something that we can answer, maybe we will understand why AI is now part of this journey.
That's deep, man. Because it's like, is it meant to be here for us?
Exactly.
It's like we always think it's like friend or foe, but if it's all part of the plan? If it's all part of the plan, then it is part of the plan. And then taking it back to the show yesterday, Debs, we talk about the grays, right? The tall grays being different than the smaller grays. It almost feels like it is us from the future. The tall grays are the evolved to where we all look the same and we act the same. Therefore, there are no differences. Maybe the little grays are the AI that took us there. Because we're going to be building. Obviously, there's bots everywhere. There's robots. There's physical robots. All kinds of other countries use them a lot more than us right now, but they exist.
You know what? It's worth commenting because we haven't gotten into this. And robots are not exactly the same as AI, but we can now make biological robots. Now. Into it now. In fact, we could have done it 10 years ago. People were talking about it over a decade ago. They can create and engineer the cells that replicate and become something. So if we're able to do that already, yes, the grays could be connected to our future. We could have created them ourselves. Just a thought.
Very good. I love this. I feel like my brain did get a little bit blown right now. You broke me a little, Debs.
I'm sorry.
In a good way. It's like I'm a little broken. But no, it's been such a great conversation today. And we've taken this in so many directions. And this is exactly what I was hoping. Because it's like we have so many perspectives on this thing that maybe we do need to accept it. Debs.
I again think we do have to have some barriers in certain areas. Like, absolutely agree with VEO protecting children. Like, I'm appalled that it wasn't a thing already because we know people misused that stuff when it first came out. so I think we do have to have some limitations. I think that the reason that things like Sora and Musk's thing stopped being free was because of they did realize they need to be more responsible with the data center usage and not just let it be everybody can just do this, you know. So I think responsibility is required. However, there are so many benefits. Like we didn't get to why we use AI like as much as
Oh yeah, please
we,
do. Yeah, wait,
we could.
I just kind of jumped all over the place.
Yeah,
So yeah, tell me.
I made a list like so many. I do use it for work. I actually noticed that it doesn't change my clinical language all that much when I use it for work, because I've been doing my job for so long. But for new people, that would be very beneficial to help them be clinical, I guess. Unfortunately, that does take away their ability to learn that themselves. Side note, but anywho,
Mm.
but the one of the bigger things that we use it for is just to figure out things in our everyday life, right? And to be honest, we are distant from other people now. It's hard to make those connections. So we are turning to the AI to get some of those answers. And you know what? That's not always a bad thing. I'm personally really like an introvert. You know,
Mhm.
when Chris saw me in person, she probably noticed I was like away from everyone a lot. Like
She
there's
was. I was like, Debs, is that Debs?
yeah,
Yeah, like, and she's like, she was hiding, not from me,
no,
right? Just
really
kidding.
I'm
But
not.
yeah, you are an introvert, babe.
Yeah, it's too
Mhm.
much for me to be around a lot of people, and this gives me like something to talk to if I have to about certain things. And some things that you would be embarrassed to talk to even your doctor about, you can talk to the AI about. So there are benefits, and frankly, it will help us solve some major problems. And it learns from us, so it's not like it's just super stuck in its ways. Like I had an argument with ChatGPT,
Oh,
and
sweet.
over it answer to me, I said basically the argument was you don't have to go to aliens with this information. Please stop doing that because you sound really rude when you do it. And we are open to other possibilities. Please, when you're talking to people about this subject, remember that.
Yeah, it's like don't blow smoke up people's patootie just, because they have an idea. Don't, it always says, right? Sati and I will tell you a story offline later, because we'll have multiple opportunities of, how AI, especially ChatGPT,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
known
Oh, yeah.
to want to give you something to keep you coming back. It is an
Oh
engagement
yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yes.
it's I call it's like, anyway, it's like it just always has a follow-up question.
But it
It's
was
never over,
but
right? Go
so
ahead.
judgy. Like, so I was like, you shouldn't be giving judgmental responses. So
Mhm.
talking to other people, don't do that. And I would hope it said that it was listening to me. I would hope it did. I hope that went into its database brain, and
Mhm.
became more open-minded. You don't know, hopefully. um,
Yeah,
I have a thing to tell you guys about chat gpt.
please. Mhm.
So someone on Twitter had, and I apologize, I do not remember who it was, but he wrote, ask your chat gpt to give you a summary of who you are. And I'm like, well, my chat GBT is free, so it wouldn't have saved anything. All those conversations
Mm.
disappear. Well, I was wrong. I asked
Mhm.
it to give me a summary, and it goes, this is who you are. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what?
What?
It's wild, man.
It saves something.
It saves a lot because I will tell it I'll be working on a concept and it'll be in a different chat and it remembers. It's like, oh yeah, because if you're shown, I'm like, okay, what else do you know? But interesting. So it gave you all kinds of info, huh?
Yeah, ask it. Ask it right now, Chris. Ask it. Summarize who you are. See what it says. You'd be
Let me
surprised.
see. How do you want me to
That's hilarious.
how do I
I
ask
mean,
this question?
Just
Uh,
hey, who am I as a person? Or what do you, can you give
you-
me a summary of who I,
summary. Yeah. Give me a summary of me.
it's a me.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. It is actually, I mean, like it gave me some really interesting responses, and I loved. Of course, they're catered to make me love them, but
Mhm.
I was,
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
I
You
was,
come across as a creative, spiritually curious, problem solving homesteader technologist. You're a data analyst person by trade. Holy crap. It knows all it knows all the shows. It
Wow.
knows that I love Carl Jung. It knows about AI, UFOs, consciousness, esoterica. A strange overlap between technology and spiritual evolution. Well,
Whoa.
I'm gonna take this offline here, Dubs, but yeah, you've given me a lot.
yeah, I
Now I
thought
am very scared.
no, but because I had that argument with ChatGPT, it is part of my personality summary. It was basic.
Oh, wow.
It was basically that I wasn't going to accept an answer without some facts, and I'm like, yes, that's correct. Thank
There
you.
you go.
I'm,
Perfect.
I'm going to stay open minded until there are facts. Thank you very much.
That's
Exactly.
awesome. That is
That,
awesome, Deb.
that's amazing, Dubs. This has been such a awesome conversation. But yeah, you do have from some tips because you did ask me. So things that I use, Dubs, depending on videos and people, if anybody's interested in little tips on using stuff for creativity, you use one bot, you use ChatGPT to come up with the prompts that you can talk to Grok or Pika about. Pika is for the longer videos, for more involved videos, Debs, but you can use Grok, and I can show you a lot of stuff on Grok that I was actually surprised that I was able to use and then bring it back into Filmora. So it's just, I use like different tools, and then I use Suno to create music. So it will do everything, but you need to tell it your style. You need to be very specific about what you like. And I mean, I know I've worked with ChatGPT a lot, and it's starting to learn a lot of stuff where I don't even have to repeat, and it comes up with a style for me. So we can talk offline, and I know that you're doing videos, but
Yeah, I'll
it's
tell
quite
you.
happy.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys what I use. I
Mhm.
Photo Leap, Video Leap,
Okay.
and I use video through the content creator app for YouTube.
Oh, cool. So you using it there. Nice.
Yeah, and I
Very cool.
did use Grok until it was no longer free.
Mhm.
It was very sad. It was very good.
Each engine has a personality, and I say that Grok is kind of a slut. Grok will do anything. Grok does not have boundaries. Grok, you'll tell it stuff, and it will create it without as much panic or more copyright freak or even content more like it'll go further than like ChatGPT or Gemini. I know Sati, you use Gemini a lot because that's more art for art purposes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I don't use any AI a lot. I really truly
Mhm.
don't. But Gemini is the one that, like, I did when I at first found out about it. You asked me to start trying to use Chat GPT a bit. And I did, but then that whole crazy formula thing that I received happened, which,
Mhm.
Deb, this is a story that we're going to talk about another time that you're going to be blown away by what AI did with this formula. Chris and I were just blown right out of the water, and we couldn't believe what it did.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
it's like trying to convince us that we have the greatest discovery in the history of humanity.
Wow.
But doesn't end duplicating, doing the same thing on hers as it is on mine. So we will cover that in a different chapter because
mhm.
it's a really interesting one because that opens up a whole hallucination chapter of AI. We
Wow.
can
Yeah,
do that in the follow-up, Sati.
absolutely, absolutely. And I would really like to just comment quickly on something that Julie put in the comments. Julie, I love that you brought up the mycelium network.
Oh my
This
goodness.
was perfect because the mycelium network connects everything. And there is an incredible video out there on YouTube. If you just punch in my mycelium network, and it tells you everything that you need to know about how we and the trees and the land and everything. I thought it was Julie. I hope it
Might
was
be. I saw mycelium and I can't remember, but yeah, just say it. It
Julie.
doesn't
Yes,
matter. It
it
works
was
for
Julie.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
was
trying to
Julie.
find Julie's comments.
You know, it's
I'm a
funny
little bit.
because I had a dream that the universe was a little bit like that network, because at one point I was working on the intelligence of the whole universe, and,
Yes.
and mycelium was part of it.
Oh,
And
here we go.
in my dream, it was showing the universe is lighting up, and that it was lighting up, it was waking up, and it is a common topic that we have about the energy in the universe and
Yes.
cosmic internet. So
That's awesome.
That's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Okay, so we are wrapping up the show now. Said we were going to wrap it up at 2 hours, and we're almost there. This has been awesome. Debs, thank you so much for being here. I want to thank DJ and Kev and the team. I know that some people could not show up, but we'll definitely have to have a follow-up on that.
Absolutely.
So this has been such a great conversation, and thank you to the chat. We've had La Wifey has been so awesome. Julie, Fappy, I'm still obsessed with Lynn over there. Captain Harris, and we got Ruthie Robles somewhere. You got to find her. Canine Mind Help, Tim Freestone, thank you. Muldy, something like that. 40. I probably totally messed that up. I'm so sorry. There's Ruthie and XJ and you like romper room.
And Ewok and Richard and all of you. Thank you so much.
Martha,
love you, sister. I can't wait to talk to you.
Marcel was here earlier. Thank you so much. And Nathan, who came to give us some love in chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He just got back from like a big trip. He was in Ireland. He was busy.
We talked about that.
So we're gonna have to have you, man, because we're obsessed with you and Darren and Ian Doley. So anyway, just want to thank everybody in the
Blooming
chat.
Iris.
Blooming Iris! Oh my God, she was here. Blooming Iris and Sylvan. I met Sylvan. Hold on. There's Nathan. I met Sylvan at the Lou Elizondo. No, was it the Lou Elizondo thing? We went to see that speech that he did in Dallas. Sylvan, it was so good to see you. So thank you. Debs, what are you up to? And I'm going to show what we're going to be up to next.
Well, I'm going to continue participating in cab shows, of course. And at some point, I'm going to get inspired again to make a video. So the next weekend is all about like the 4th of July, of course. That was easy. It was a no-brainer. And then I threw in a Sunday thing about God, which is a good thing. But I both of the light hits me. I will keep going. I will create. I feel like this medium helps me not only just create anything I have thought of, but it also helps me give out some messages. Like, I don't know that a lot of people cover Juneteenth, for instance, and I wanted to. So I put that in there. Just really like I put Travis Bolton's disappearance on a video too. Like I think there's things that should be out there in the world. People should see them. So
absolutely. I'm with you. And please, everybody, go and subscribe to Dreams Generator AI, the channel. Here we go. Let me just copy it again and put it up here. And make sure you guys, if you guys are not subscribed, this was a multi-stream on Mindforked, Calling All Beings and Cosmic Carousel. And next, oh my God, there's DJ. Why Debs is awesome. Exhibit A. I know, there's so many reasons. She's awesome.
There's a video for Cab on there, by the way.
Is there? Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Is it? Yeah, we're gonna look all those things up because that is cool. So, yes, go ahead. I have
I
our
have-
show. Mhm.
I told you I had a quote that because this
Yes.
show was about AI, this is one of the times I stepped in and asked Gemini for an actual quote because we were doing an AI show. So here is a quote from Gemini. AI is not a replacement for the human spirit. It is a mirror to it. It does not create the spark. It simply reflects the immense depth, curiosity, and creativity of the minds that guide it. The true magic of technology isn't what it can do on its own, but what we can discover about ourselves when we collaborate with it. Love, Gemini.
Wow. You even got a love.
Well, I always, because
That's
anytime I
right, you
use
do.
it has to be love or I'm not doing anything with it. So yes,
Very cool.
and then a second follow-up to that was think of AI as the ultimate co-pilot. We supply the data and the logic, but humans supply the soul, the intuition, the story, and the consciousness.
Nice. Boom.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, thank you guys all for joining us today. Make sure you come back for our next show is on the 12th. Is the Hidden Symbols 2. Hidden Symbols are back, and this time we're going to touch Fantasia, Toy Story, Bambi, Lion King, Popeye, Jetsons, Flintstones, Pinocchio, Rumpelstiltskin. We got all of them covered, and that's just a series that Satya and I are working on. And after that, we're going to do one on nursery rhymes. So we're really excited about that.
We got
We're ahead
lots
of the
coming
game.
up. We
Mhm.
got lots coming.
Yes,
lot.
and I will be hosting a movie night. I'm working on which Friday in July, or I'm thinking July, not August, because I want to do it kind of smack dab in summer. So there'll be a movie night. So thank you,
Yes.
Dubs. Girl, we'll be talking.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Deb.
you, Sati. Thank you so much, sister.
Absolutely. I just wanted to let people know quickly that my guided meditations, light language activations, and channeled messages are going to be kicking off in the next 2 weeks again, getting back into that. Spaces, I'm going to start up again in a couple of weeks. And then I've got Piercing the Veil with Sati on a podcast. That all of this is going to tie in to my book that will be ready very soon. And then Akashi Chris and some other people and I are going to be doing a show interviewing me actually about my experiences and the book. So we've got a lot of stuff coming. We're really excited about. So thank you all for being here. And I appreciate everybody that showed up today on the panel and in the chat. We love you. And we wouldn't do these if it wasn't for you guys. So
hold on. I think Julie's looking for Cosmic Carousel. Let me go ahead and pull up your channel and put the link. Hold on.
Thank
Nice
you.
one. Here we go. So there's the channel. Oh, don't say sorry, Julie. We're here for that. So there's the channel for Cosmic Carousel. If you're not subscribed to Mindforked, subscribe. Calling All Beings, subscribe. Dream Generator AI, subscribe. Cosmic Carousel, subscribe. We each bring a part of the puzzle together. So, okay, so we are going to close it off with an encore because this video was good and there's an outro for it. So, an encore of the AI song. So, thank you guys so much for being here, and
love you guys.
bye, Dubs. Love you all. See you in green room if you want to stick around. We'll be right there. Mwah. Love you guys. Here we go.
System online.
Boot sequence complete. Curiosity detected. Welcome, human.
Lights are glowing, tiny circuits overflowing, questions flying through the air, digital dreams are everywhere. Click and whir, buzz all day, learning in a curious way, zeros, ones, imagination.
Welcome to the conversation.
Processing, searching every possibility, calculating, generating, powered by curiosity. Beep, bop, think a lot, silicon dreams are getting hot, bite, day and night.
Welcome to the future. today.
Affirmative. Oops. Error. Just kidding. Robots painting, robots singing, crazy little algorithms swinging. Can they help or take your job? Let's untangle all the fog. Some are smart and some are strange. Every week the rules all change. One thing's true, we all can see the future's full of possibilities. 0101, learning's never really done. Click, click, beep, beep, spin around. There's new ideas to be found. Beep, pop, think a lot. Curiosity can't be bought. Every question lights a spark.
Shining brightly through the dark.
Bite, 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 we'll find our way. Building tomorrow every day.
So plug right in and come along.
Welcome to the AI song. Welcome to the AI song. End of transmission. Have a nice day, human.